Hey everybody, my name is Faith Reiswick and welcome back to my channel, Average Hippie. So today we are just gonna chill out a little bit and we are just gonna go over all of the items that I use to create my clothing. So for today, we are gonna be going over like my fabric markers, the paints I use, where I get my clothing, what sewing machine I use, and just kind of all of those little steps to help you get started if you want to create your own clothing. And it also just helps give you an idea of how I make my clothing and the time and effort that goes into it. So with all that being said, let's get into today's video. So we are changing a little bit of the view of where I normally record. So now you have me in front of all of my supplies and you can just see everything for yourself and just how much stuff there is right here. But I love it and I can't wait to show you guys. So yeah, let's get started. So first off, I'm just going to explain where everything is and what everything is. So this whole bottom row here is just fabrics, fabric scraps, patches, all that sort of stuff. And then the next row here, these are all clothes that I am reworking. So everything you see here has been thrifted by me from usually Goodwills or Salvation Armies. But yeah, so this is all the stuff that I have yet to do. And as you can see, there are so many options in this stack right here. Is stuff that I have pinned and gotten ready, and all I have to do is sew. So I'm really excited about that and can't wait to show you guys those soon. And then everything on the top shelf, it's kind of just random stuff. This is my nice little sewing box and it has all of my thread in it and pins and everything like that. But okay, so a few things that you're going to need that you might not have thought about or just things that help make it a lot easier. So first, this pair of scissors. It is amazing. You are going to want to get fabric scissors. That is a huge deal and that makes a huge difference. So please invest in some fabric scissors. They last a long time and they are amazing. And then next we have something super great that I got for Christmas from my cousin. And that is a sewing mat that also has this giant ruler on it and one of the cutters for it. So I do recommend getting one of these cutters and the mats, but you have to get all of them together so it can become a little bit of money. And so if you're just starting out, those scissors work great. But this is absolutely amazing. It makes everything so much easier and your lines so much straighter, and it is just so great, and I am so happy that I got it for Christmas. It has been a game changer for sure. And then next we are getting into what markers I use. So there are so many different brands out there for fabric paint, fabric markers, everything like that. So I will show you just the items that I use. So first off, we just have this Tulip Brand. You guys have probably seen these. You can get them in pretty much any store. They are good. They work really well. They do the job. But if you're a beginner, I really do recommend just getting these. It can help you just on a budget like that while you're getting started. But they do work really well and I do recommend them for your clothing. But the fabric markers that I use the most are the brand Arteza. I love this brand. You can order it online. But as you can see, there are 30 different fabric markers in this pack right here. And just one of the reasons that I like Arteza so much better than the Tulip Brand is because they're double-ended. So this is your fine tip right here, and then you have a little bit bigger tip on the other side. You can also get bigger sizes than these ones. But yeah, another great thing about these is they just come in more of a variety of colors. Tulip just has a certain amount of colors, so that's why if you're starting out it is great. But if you want to get more advanced and have more color options, I definitely recommend Arteza. I have loved them so much and it was a purchase that I definitely recommend. And then another thing I got off of Arteza are these. They're black fabric markers, and they come with a fine tip end, and they also have a really chunky end. And I bought a pack of 6 for a great deal, and they work amazing. And believe it or not, you are just going to go through black like no other, just because you outline so much, and it's just, you honestly just use it so much. Well, especially I do with just the kind of art I do. But I definitely recommend these. These have been a game changer, and I love them. And then next we have the paint that I use. So, believe it or not, I use simple acrylic paint that's like the 60-cent bottles from Hobby Lobby. So these are literally the paints I use for all of my clothes. So these are really cheap, and they do an amazing job, and they're great. There is fabric paint that I'm wanting to get just because it's a lot more long term, and it's more, you can wash your items more often and just literally not have to worry about it at all. With the acrylic paints, after a long time of doing it, they will start to wear off, and you can't use acrylic paints on anything that's going to stretch. So that's one of the main reasons that I can use this, is because I make sure I don't put it on anything that's going to stretch, because that's how your paint cracks in the washer and dryer. But yeah, for these have gotten me through. They do a great job, and they last on the clothing as long as they're not stretchy. But if I want to get into more stretchy clothing, then I do want to get some nice fabric paints. And just as my business grows, if I can't afford to, I want to make sure I get those fabric paints in the nicer quality, stuff like that. But yeah, these are great, and I really recommend using them. And then something else I also use are these paint markers, which I got for Christmas a few years ago. There's like 30 to 40 different colors. They're called Penguin Art Supplies, but my husband got me them, and I love these for literally all art that I do. They're really amazing. That's what they look like. You literally like push the top down to get the paint to come out, and they are literally just amazing. I use them for everything that I do. So these are great. If you're looking to do clothes or just more art, I recommend these in literally every genre of art. So yeah, that's just the base of all the art supplies I use. And then, as you saw in the videos, I have a Brother sewing machine, and it is amazing, and I love it. And it also has different like designs that you can do with the stitching and stuff like that, which is always really fun and just gives your pieces a little bit of creativity to them. But then one last thing that I want to go over before I end this episode. This canvas fabric, as you can see, it's a super pretty color, really natural, earthy, matches pretty much anything. And as you can see, there's not really much stretch to it at all. So this is a lot of what I use when I do patchwork and stuff. It's just really pretty, and it also gives you the no stretch that you need when you use acrylics. And so pretty much any patches you'll see, I use this. And I just absolutely love it. I really recommend getting it. There's different textures you can get. As you can see, this one's a little more textured. And then I have a really thick one, which is really cool too for different pieces. But I have a whole entire stack of just like linen and cream fabrics. So I really recommend getting those as well. But yeah, that is the art supplies that I use, and I'm going to be listing everything down below in the comments. And I just really hope that you like these items, and if you have any questions about them, please just let me know. I love just helping you guys out and letting you in on everything that I do. I really hope you guys enjoyed today's video as much as I did, and it was just really fun having you guys see my process and just everything I go through to create a piece of clothing for you guys. And if you did enjoy this video, please give that like button a click, and if you want, you can comment anything that you would like to see on my channel. And that is today's video. Bye guys!